What are you, when you're out talking to people that you represent, what are you hearing most that's on top of people's minds these days?
What I'm hearing from everyday people, we're coming off of our budget session.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually finished on April 15th. And I'm hearing directly from voters and constituents about how far or how not far, for lack of better words, they feel our budget is going to reach. And so that hits everyday people in issues like healthcare. So we go to Medicaid. People are talking about housing all across Kentucky, or they're talking about food security and the price of gas and whether or not they're going to land a job that's going to pay them a wage where they can make ends meet and plan for the future. And quite frankly, even in Kentucky, I'm hearing conversations where people are concerned about our democracy. They're concerned about our elections with a slate of bills that's come across and wondering how we are going to be resilient throughout all of the federal changes.
Yeah. Well, on the budget side, how are you guys? I should point out, people probably know, but you are in a super minority, right? 80-20 Democrats to Republicans, 20 Democrats. So how are you feeling like, what would you say? How would you characterize the budget process yourself going through it? How do you feel like the direction is headed? Do you feel like Democrats are getting anything that they hope to see in there? Or where are we in the process?
So I think we're about to close it out. So we're in our veto period right now. We're sort of seeing what our governor is going to do. Shout out to Governor Andy Beshear. We love him in Kentucky, and I realize that people love him all across Kentucky. So we're following his lead in a lot of ways to see what bills are going to come across his desk or those that he's going to send back to us, particularly as it relates to the budget. I think it's been an interesting process to learn being in the super minority position. And it's like a master class in collaboration. When you don't have that many members and you want to advocate for your people too. But I find that when we find issues that are just as true as they are in my district, I'm in Louisville, so I'm an urban legislator. When I attach to an issue that's in rural, western, or eastern Kentucky, that's where I see we have the most traction. And that is probably best represented in our state employee health plan. We had a massive amount of outreach from state employees who were concerned that we were going to put a cap on employer or state contributions, which would have seen some premiums sky. I mean, when you talk about skyrocket, they were going to skyrocket. And people really reached out to us about that. And we worked with our Republican colleagues on that, and we got that cap to be removed in that. That was a positive. If I could just kind of bookend it on something that I feel like people are talking about, we hadn't gone far enough, and that's for our retirees. We were wanting to do, they haven't had a cost of living raise since 2011, and we wanted to do a 13th check, for lack of better words, just something to say, you have built the Commonwealth for the bulk of your earning years, and we want to thank you because that dollar doesn't go as far as it used to 10 years ago, especially when we're thinking about inflation. And we didn't get that done. And people are definitely letting us know about that.